What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Shut Up.
Keep going.
I couldn't remember the podcast where we explore our internet curiosities. Or if and then we say, I'm Sydnee Goodman.
I'm Kate Franklin.
What order do we do this in? I don't remember.
No, we announce the show and then who we are.
And we explain what the show is before we say. It just doesn't roll off the tongue. I don't know. I'm out of practice. But with that said, it has been a little bit since we've recorded, and sorry that we missed the episode last week. Just a little announcement up at the top. Unfortunately, we won't be doing video podcasts for now. We will still be putting the audio up on YouTube, but the video component, we just had to figure out a way to make this more sustainable for our schedules. And that seemed like a good place to start, and hopefully that will, be enough. I don't know. Do you want to add anything? I don't know.
No.
I feel okay. That's it.
It's mostly voice.
It's mostly voice anyways, and I just feel like you don't need to see what my face looks like. Honestly, you can just stare at an older video episode podcast. Just mute it.
Yeah, it'll just be like old, like dubbing.
Yeah,
like you can dub us over one of our old videos.
It's like we recorded it.
Yeah,
and put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So easy peasy. But we are going to continue with our schematic. I don't know, with our new format where one of us presents and then we
our
talk
sick
about it.
plan.
Our sick plan, you sicko. I've been calling things stinky lately, and I think it's so fucking funny.
That's my favorite word of all time.
I love stinky. I'll be like, that's so stinky. PU.
Well, now I use it solely as affirmation.
Like you're stinky?
Like that's Caleb's like pet name to me. Is I'm like, hey, stinky.
Oh wait, that's cute.
It's such a cute word, right?
Word. I use it as like, I just think it's funny to call things stinky and then go PU. And then the other big one I've been doing is when things happen, I'll just be like sad. I have no idea where. I think it's because I like typed it once in response to something and I just thought it was like so fucking funny. And then the third thing that I've been obsessed with doing is I'll send a text message, right? And then I'll immediately react to it with haha so I can laugh at my own jokes.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna start doing that. That's a good one.
It's like a power move. I love doing it. People don't know what to do with it. It's really great. What have you been up to, Kate, before we dive into the largest coupon fraud scheme in America?
Oh my God. Nothing that exciting. I'll tell you that much. Truly. I was, prior to this podcast, I was talking about the power of the miniseries.
Oh yeah, the miniseries. I agree with you though, dude. I think that miniseries,
yeah, I was telling Sid before this, I watched the older HBO miniseries, Olive Kitteridge, which, let me tell you, the trailer does not do it justice. It is the best piece of media I've ever seen. I think I would go so far and say that. Like, it was amazing. It's starring Frances McDormand. She plays like this
amazing, really
intense woman who lives in coastal Maine, and it just follows her life. And
she's the main character.
Yeah. Hey.
React. Ha ha.
Ha ha. And it made me realize that miniseries are the height of drama. There's nothing more
dramatic than
the dramatic form
having to be condensed while also expanded.
Yeah, it's like a TV show too long, too much. We can't. I mean, obviously TV shows are good, but I just think it's the sweet spot. And so now I'm on a mini series rampage. I'm watching the old John Adams, which is really good.
Well, what I like about miniseries is I feel like it shows restraint, and it's like powerful that somebody was like, this is how many episodes I need to tell my story, and that's it. You're not going to convince me to leave it open-ended as a series. Like, this is how long it is, and that is it.
Yeah, this is 4 episodes. Like usually miniseries are 6 episodes, but like 4, it's like we have 4 and that's it, and we're done.
I like that.
Very good.
Speaking of miniseries, I watched the LuLaRoe documentary. Lula Rich is what it's called.
Who's that?
Do you know what LuLaRoe is?
No.
You definitely know what it is, but you don't maybe know what it is, because I feel like I didn't know what it is. But it's those leggings. They're like very ugly pattern. They're like garishly patterned leggings. And then it expanded into different different articles of clothing, but
Okay.
it basically was like a pyramid scheme.
Oh.
But it's like really sad in a weird way, but also like just it was like very cultish, and they would do these like big cruises, and the owner like swears that it's not a pyramid scheme, and they like to be able to sell, you can only buy LuLaRoe products from people who are part of it, like that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But then the patterns were only like would be randomly distributed, and so it kind of had this like supreme hype beast drop like aura about it.
Weird.
Yeah.
I remember someone that was involved with this.
Yeah, but it was like you had to buy into it, and you had to buy X amount of inventory to start selling it, and then if you sold it, like it was like a whole thing. The documentary I don't think needed to be 4 episodes. I think that it could have been a tight 2 maybe.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to learn about it. I can't say the documentary was terribly well done, but
yeah, happens.
Yeah, it does happen.
But they can't all be Olive Kitteridge. But
they can't, which is a horrible name. I'm sorry. It doesn't make me want to watch it.
I know. And like the design for it was bad. It suffered from its marketing, I think.
Wait, was that the same time as was that the same time that Big Little Lies was coming out? Because
I think it was before.
It looked very similar poster. Big Little Lies is 2017. The novel came out in 2014. I keep buying books.
Did you buy the Big Little Lies book?
No, but I bought the one you were reading, the Sally Rooney one. I haven't
Yeah.
started reading it yet, though. Then I bought this book. It's called Generation Wealth.
Oh, Lauren Greenfield.
Yeah.
She's great.
Do you know her?
Mm-hmm.
Like personally?
I actually have met her personally.
Oh. Yeah, I've never seen any of her work. I like passively have, but I never put it together that it was her. But I bought this book and I've been reading through it. It's really good. So basically it's like it's an art book, and she's a photographer. But there's a really interesting foreword that is done by a sociologist talking about like wealth and excess and culture and how that's all intersected, which is interesting.
Yeah, I had a really strange interaction with her. It was when I went to the Telluride Film Festival, and I was at this cafe, and she was next to me, and she was having a really hard time getting on the Wi-Fi, and so I helped her. And then she was like, "Oh, are you here for the film festival?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Are you?" She's like, "Yeah, my film's at the film festival." And then it was her, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It was she just made a documentary.
Yeah, I think it's called Generation Wealth. She did another one that was on something Versailles.
The Queen of Versailles.
Queen of Versailles.
No, this one was The Kingmaker.
Oh, interesting.
About this very wealthy Chinese woman. No, Filipino woman.
Filipino. Let's get after it. Well, I think that you talking to Lauren Greenfield and not realizing who it is. I just looked up pictures of her. I would never. She's very normal looking.
Yeah.
The largest coupon fraud scheme in the U.S.
Let's go.
Let's talk
Penny
about
Saver?
it. No.
Oh.
But it's Lori Ann Talens. Maybe it's Talens. I think it's Talens. Talens. So let's talk about Lori. She worked at her computer, mixing, matching, and perfecting the art of coupons. She used the moniker Master Chef to design, create, and produce a variety of counterfeit coupons in her home. Joseph L. Koski, an assistant U.S. attorney, wrote in court documents, quote, "These counterfeit coupons were virtually indistinguishable from authentic coupons and were often created with inflated values far in excess of what an authentic coupon would offer in order to receive items from retail for free or for a greatly reduced price." We'll get into a little bit about like what the actual scheme was, but I thought like it was like kind of brilliant, and I don't condone like illegal activities, but you're like targeting people who are more than likely indifferent about their job. Like I don't think there's any cashiers, like retail cashiers, that are like terribly passionate about the corporation that they work at to the point where they're like really examining the coupons and are like really well versed on like what all the coupons actually look like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you just have to make something that's like passable, and they're like, okay, this is legit, sure.
Wow.
These
Wait,
are
when was
smart.
this happening?
This was from April 2017 to May 2020.
Was it like barcodes?
They didn't really go into specifics, unfortunately, but I think they were just like it says they were virtually indistinguishable from authentic coupons. And like, I feel like coupons you don't always scan.
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
Why?
I have a lot of questions, I mean, we have an hour, so I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot about this woman.
Unfortunately, we don't learn that much about her.
Oh, I'm like, well, who is she? Why did she decide to do this?
We don't have that information.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this wasn't terribly what's it called, like, reported on. I do have a picture of her, which I'll send you now. She looks very luxurious.
Okay.
It'll be on Shut Up Keep Going on Instagram. But she's from Virginia Beach.
Classic.
She is 41. Her husband, Pacifico Talent, is 43.
Good for her. That's why she has that nice coat. She probably got a discount. We love a thrifty lady and thrifty man, but the government doesn't love it when it's actually fraud. Oh.
I guess I'd say I also don't love it if it's fraud. Not just a government thing. But so what she would do is she would go on Facebook and Telegram, which I put a question mark by because I don't know what Telegram is. Maybe that's like
the old Telegram. People still use those.
Yeah, the couponers do. So she would do that to find groups of coupon enthusiasts and sell them counterfeits and then ship the counterfeits to the people.
She would sell coupons to people?
Yeah. So apparently there's like these like Facebook groups that I can't say what happens on Telegram, but there's these like Facebook groups that are like, we love coupons or whatever, and maybe they're people who like trade coupons, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe, or like be like remember those books that I feel like you'd sell for fundraisers and it'd be like a bunch of local businesses coupons. I imagine it as being maybe not a bound book, but something similar to that, where it's like, hey, I have like these coupons, like I can sell them to you for however much.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's for like $100 off, but I'll sell it to you for like 15.
I see.
I don't know. Do people buy coupons for $15? That sounds like a lot. But if it's saving you $100, then do you?
No. I'm terrible with coupons.
I am too. They make me really nervous.
Why?
I don't know. Well, because it just feels like it's like, oh, I have a coupon. And I feel like I sense the anxiety of because I feel like hardly anybody uses physical coupons in person.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I feel the anxiety of the cashier being like, oh shit, like what do I do with this?
Yeah,
it just feels awkward.
All I remember is my mom had this like Velcro folder that had all her coupons in it, and they were always for Bed Bath & Beyond.
Dude, I have it written in my notes. The fucking Bed Bath & Beyond, how do they make money? I feel like we always had those giant coupons that were for like 75% off everything you buy. And it's like, what? How does that make sense? You send us a new, and it's not even like, it's like, oh, you earned this, or like this is a once in a lifetime thing. It's like, you send this to us every 3 months. How does this make sense?
Yeah, I don't understand that business model. I also had this memory of, I mean, it makes sense like Amazon exists. I don't know. Do you remember like Mervyn's or like...
I can recognize the name. I can't is it a blue
It's
M?
like Kohl's. Yeah, it's like a blue M.
Oh,
it's like It's like what Kohl's used to be. But we used to go to Mervyn's. I sound like an old woman. I sound like it's like we used to go to the JC Penney.
Mervyn's. I hate the name Mervyn's. It makes me want to vomit.
I know. It's like
I also
it's like dirty felt or something. I don't know why I hate it.
It was founded by somebody named Mervyn, and his name is spelled Mervin, but the store is called Mervyn, and
Why?
there's just something so stupid to me that it's different.
I don't understand, but the thing is, so Mervyn's was very interesting. I hate saying the word now. I'm like freaked out, but it was one of those stores that like, it just had so much square footage and no one was ever in there. And I like didn't understand how it existed.
That's probably why it closed.
But it was like so big. Have you ever been into a Kohl's?
Kohl's makes me feel like I am, and I'm sorry if you shop at Kohl's. This has nothing to do, I guess, with the actual products that they're selling and more just like the aesthetic and layout. it feels like I'm walking into, you know, at Dave and Buster's, like where you spend your tickets. Like it feels like that.
No, that's what Mervin's was like. And it was just like this huge place that only sold clothes and like home goods. But like it was so big and there were so many items, but no one in there. And I was like, how? It's like a liminal space, actually. That's what it feels like to me.
Oh my God. What's a liminal space? You should listen to our podcast episode about
it. I don't know. I don't know what episode it was. Anyways.
Mervin's, man. Well, I'm sure she maybe, I guess Mervin's maybe wasn't around in 2017, but I was going to say maybe she.
No, they're defunct January 1st, 2009.
Oh, 2009, RIP.
Oh.
No, but I guess going back to why coupons make me uncomfortable in person is like I had a brand. It's my favorite kombucha brand. I love them, but they're so expensive. They're like $5 a bottle, right?
Oh, God.
But it's the best kombucha. Wild Tonic, everybody go check it out. So good, totally worth.
It's
my favorite.
Yeah, it's good.
And I posted about them all the time, and so they finally were like, hey, like we'll send you some coupons, and they sent me like 10 coupons, but they were for free product. And so it's like I would go to the grocery store and I would just have like a kombucha, and then they'd ring me up and they're like $5 please, and I'm like, I have a coupon, and then the coupon would be like for free, and so I just like steal it. Like I just like walk away.
Would you have to like, would they just be like, okay, like would they void the sale?
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. They just go, okay. And then I'd be like, okay, bye. And then I just like leave. And it made me so uncomfortable. It probably took me like a full year to use the 10 coupons when I buy these like multiple times a week, just because I'd feel so uncomfortable. Like it was just
the same way.
But I realized that, did you know that when you type like a code for free shipping, that's considered a coupon?
Yeah.
Oh, I never.
Yeah, so we're digital couponing left and right.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's really nice. But what's not nice is that Talons would rip people off.
Oh, no.
And so she would go find these groups of coupon enthusiasts and sell them counterfeits and then ship them the coupons to be used. She accepted payment in Bitcoin and PayPal, which is just really funny to me, the Bitcoin thing, because I feel like when I first read that sentence, I was like, that's actually really sad, because I feel like for some reason when I think of people who are really into couponing, I think of like older people, and that feels like you're like preying on like elderly people, which just isn't cool. But then I'm like, do elderly people like have Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Like the statement just feels very like contradictory to me for some reason.
Did you get an answer?
No.
Oh, okay.
One of the fraud victims described in court records as a quote coupon enthusiast is actually who brought them down.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So they reported the couple to the Coupon Information Center, which is a nonprofit that works against fraud. Okay, so like I don't know why, and again, I'm like not trying. Couponing I think is like such an art form, I guess. Like it's like a sport. Why are you laughing?
The way you said it's an art form, I guess.
Well, because it's not an art form. I'm trying to be nice here, but I guess it's like a sport. Like basically what I'm saying is it takes a lot of dedication to like do that, and like I respect the grind, but at the same time there's something about like couponing being like just like really intense that just like I find like, I don't know if comical is the right word, because that sounds like I'm looking down on it. It just like there's something in my brain that's just like it'd be like it's the same way that I look at like competitive walking. What's that called?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Speed walking?
Speed walking.
Oh.
Where it's like, this is like totally a sport. And if you win an Olympic medal in speed walking, then like you won an Olympic medal.
Is that
like, yeah, it's an Olympic sport, dude.
Way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes, it is.
That was in the Olympics this year?
Not this year, but it definitely, well, maybe this year, Olympic speed walking.
Shut the fuck up. That makes me so upset I didn't watch that. I'm obsessed with that.
Olympic speed walking.
I hate that.
I don't know that it was in this last one, but it's definitely, oh no, this year's Olympic marathon took place in, where does it say?
Oh my God.
In Tokyo.
So
it says
walk really fast.
You didn't know that this is a thing.
They just all look like they're hurrying, like passive aggressively hurrying.
It looks like they're wearing diapers and they just took a deep shit by accident, and they gotta run home and change.
Oh my god, I feel blessed for knowing this. Like, I have to say, this is like a gift to me.
Like I said, I'm so surprised that you hadn't heard of it, only because it feels like something that you would love so much, and like the stills to me are just so good.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe this. Wow. I'm like literally crying. Oh my god. Wow. What a beautiful world we live in.
But so this is how
no,
I feel about
it's very
like,
akin.
This in the same realm, right?
Yeah.
Is like somebody who's like the Coupon Information Center, like they have like a CEO of like the Coupon Information Center, and that's just, I don't know, there's something about it that just feels very like this mundane thing that has been made to be like hyper intense.
Well, it's like intense organizing. Do you know what I mean? It has like the similar vibes where it's like that's efficient, but it goes beyond like use value into like pleasure.
Yeah.
Right?
Like they're like flipping through the coupon book and like
they're like, yo.
Like oh my god, I was at a football game this week. This is such a weird thing to talk about.
Oh no.
I was at a football game, right? And there is this guy, and you know, people are like making gestures at other people. And so I'm like watching these people make gestures at each other. And it's like this one guy who must be in his like, he's at least mid-30s, maybe older. I don't really remember now. And he was wearing a hat, which I feel like is confusing, obscures the age. And so he's like looking at the people up. So I couldn't see what the people up were doing. But at one point he like takes his fingers in like the V, and he's like making like sweet love to this like imaginary like clit. And it was like, I was so confused because, you know, most of the time people just like flick their tongue around and it's just like, fuck you, like whatever. This guy was like
going at it, like enjoying it.
And it was really long. Like it was like a full down. Like it was a really long situation. And I just like couldn't look away because I could not believe that no one else was noticing that this was happening.
Oh my God.
And it was just like, oh my gosh, like he was like varying pace and like tongue surface area, and just like it was just the most it was so disturbing.
Wait, so he was like mad at the people above?
I couldn't tell because I told Alpine, I was like, Alex, look at this guy, and he was like, oh, I think he's like that. He thought that he was taking it that he was like saying fuck you to the people up there, but I was taking it like I thought maybe like his, I don't know, like girlfriend was sitting up there. Like I don't know, just because
those are disturbing in their own way.
I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Oh God!
But it did make me remember the first and only time that I've ever done that, which was in 7th grade. I was so confused. I didn't know what anything was. It was right after this older kid punched me in the stomach, and I said, "Ow, my vagina."
He's like, "I didn't do anything."
Well, no, she was like, "What do you mean your vagina's down there?" And I was like, I think I meant uterus, but I like was confused. I don't know. It was the same day. And I like did that because I didn't really know what it meant. We just saw the older girls do it. And my friend's mom called me and scolded me about it.
Oh my God.
Isn't that so weird? She called me on my cell phone and was like, Sydney, this is so-and-so's mom. And like, I just think that like, it's disgusting that you did blah, 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 blah. And I was like,
I'm like a child.
Like, sure. Isn't that weird?
That's weird. Moms are so weird.
For real. Oh my gosh. Can I read? Sorry, we're on such a tangent. I swear, guys, we're going to talk about this, but I need to read this quote. And I thought that you might find it as not disturbing, but it really like, oh.
Okay, excited.
It hit me where it hurts. Okay. So the quote is by Bonnie Burstow. And it says, often father and daughter look down on mother, woman, together. They exchange meaningful glances when she misses a point. They agree that she is not bright as they are, cannot reason as they do. This collusion does not save the daughter from the mother's fate.
Okay.
Doesn't that like...
Yeah.
Like I can't even describe how it makes me feel. granted, I do it with both my parents, but like I definitely feel like there's moments where, you know, like mom quote unquote overreacts, and so you kind of like give a glance to your dad, and you and your dad are kind of just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And realizing how like damaging I guess that is, of like this superiority that it feels like you're building, but it doesn't save the daughter from the mother's fate. I mean, it's obviously making an assumption that they're gonna have kids, but I don't know. I read it the other day and I was like, oh.
That's why you should watch Olive Kitteridge.
Wait, really?
That's like what it's about.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That feels very on par with what Olive Kitteridge is talking about. Wow. It's a very fascinating show.
Oh, I should watch it. Okay, well, anyways, couponing. So one of the fraud victims took the people down. They reported the couple to the Coupon Information Center. Again, it's a nonprofit that works against fraud. Felt like I should clarify since it's been about 20 minutes since I first mentioned what it was. But this is a coupon enthusiast who took the people down. They brought the coupons from they bought the coupons from the Talonses, the counterfeiters, confirmed it was a counterfeit, and then contacted the U.S. Postal Inspection Service for the investigation. Quote, despite Hollywood's recent portrayal of coupon fraud as a comedy or simply bending the rules, it's a serious matter. Okay. Also, like, what did Hollywood have a recent portrayal of coupon fraud? Like, did they?
What is he referencing?
Was there like a romantic,
like extreme couponers?
That's like TLC though. Is that Hollywood? And is it comedy?
I don't think so. I feel like they're like, I don't know. Okay.
But so that quote comes from the center's executive director, Bud Miller, in a statement.
Bud Miller. I love him.
He said the sentencing of Miss Talons showed, quote, coupon counterfeiting is generally a felony level offense, the penalties of which may include years in prison, total loss of assets, lifelong restitution orders, and reduced job opportunities. The perpetrators' families often suffer as well.
What was her sentence?
12 years in prison.
Holy shit. Why did she do it? I don't understand.
No joke, dude.
That's just such a random
offense, right? But yeah, so it's not a laughing matter.
Okay.
That reminds me of, remember those like really intense
you wouldn't steal a phone.
Yes,
you wouldn't steal a purse, but you would pirate a movie. It's like, I don't know.
It's not a victimless crime.
It's like, I don't know.
But yeah, it's bad. It was the largest fraud scheme of its kind, and it was worth more than $31 million.
Oh. How? So it was worth $31 million of the money she made, or the amount that she ripped off?
It cost companies, retailers and manufacturers more than $31 million in losses.
Jesus.
Okay. There was nearly $1 million in counterfeit coupons. 13,000 coupon designs on her computer, and material for, quote, Frankenstein coupons that scammed people around the country.
How does she have that much time? Like, go get a graphic design job, girl.
Right? I mean, maybe she was like a stay-at-home mom. Again, they didn't release all that much information on her, but maybe she was like a stay-at-home mom, or like just didn't work and got bored.
That must be it. Not that like, it just seems like it's for pleasure and not for like gain in some way.
Yeah, but even if it was for gain, I just feel like this, like, how do you have time for this? Like, this feels like it's like a full-time job, you know?
Yeah. It took me like 5 hours to design my fucking Halloween invite.
I love it, by the way. It's really cute. It's really cute. 1 second, I got an Alex. Oh, okay. Everything's okay. Yeah, so like I said, Talons was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Her husband also pled guilty because he was involved in the scheme, because he would actually take the stuff to the post office to it's like, oh, can you take this package out? Which they didn't say whether or not he knew what he was doing. Do you know what I mean? If she was like, oh, can you like I have this business, and can you like take the packages to the post office for me, please? Or if it was like, hey, like, we're gonna rip all these people off, go take it to the post office, you know? I couldn't really tell, but he did plead guilty to mail fraud.
God.
Quote from Brian Dugan, special agent in charge of the FBI's Norfolk field office, said in a statement, "Coupon fraud is not a harmless crime." He described the couple's operation as, quote, "an audacious fraud scheme that stole more than $31 million directly from retailers and manufacturers." So that kind of brought me to, I was really sad because I was so excited to click on this headline on the New York Times just because I was like, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
But it just didn't seem like that was literally all of the information in the article, and I wanted to know, like, why did she do this? Like,
yeah, like what's
the deal
going on? What's the human element?
Yeah, but I didn't get that. But what I did get was I looked up the history of coupons because I was kind of like, okay, how does this work that you could get away with doing this for you could get away with doing this for nearly 3 years and like rip off so much money. Like, I guess I just didn't really understand how nobody was like, hey,
yeah,
what's the deal? Like, the person who realized that there was an issue was a couponer.
Sorry, I just had this memory. Yesterday, Caleb and I went to Cantor's. Have you ever been there? It's like the old Jewish deli. We were like getting like pastries to go because they have really good cookies. And this woman that works there was like, who wanted a gift card? And she was like, anyone who wanted a gift card? She said it like 3 times. And Caleb was like, oh, I'll have it. And she was like, what? And he's like, I'll have the gift card. And I'm like, she's not asking if you want a gift. Like, she's not going to. He thought that she was just giving out gift cards to this restaurant, like, randomly. And it was very weird.
Are you sure he wasn't trying to be a con man?
Maybe. I was like, oh, are you buying a gift card? He's like, no, I thought she was giving them out. And I'm like, in what world is a restaurant like, who wants free money into my establishment? Anyways, it just.
But no, I mean, that's a great, so similar to coupons, I was kind of just like, I don't understand, like, how do businesses account for gift cards, for example? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like knowing that it's like, oh, we made this money and then they're going to spend this money.
What do you mean? But they get the money.
Oh, I guess you're right. Never mind. It seems pretty obvious now. Let's move on.
Okay.
So the first coupon was created. Wait, guess what year?
1923.
1887.
Oh.
By Asa Chandler, who's the Coca-Cola co-owner.
Oh, of course.
And it's the French word couper, which means, I'm sure that's not how you say it. It's probably like couper. Means to cut, and that's where coupon came from.
Oh.
So in 1909, the CW Post used 1-cent coupons to help sell grape nut breakfast cereal.
Okay.
1930, coupon usage booms in the Great Depression. 1940, chain supermarkets used coupons to attract customers away from neighborhood stores.
Classic.
1957, the Nielsen Coupon Clearinghouse, devoted entirely to coupon redemption, was established. Half of all...
Okay.
1965, that'll make more sense when I talk about how coupons work, but 1965, half of all households in the U.S. are clipping coupons. 1990, the internet leads to downloaded coupons and online coupon codes. 2002, $3.8 billion saved using coupons.
Wow.
Right? 2008, merchants started using mobile phones to deliver coupons to their customers. Target became the first national chain to offer scannable phone coupons for all the stores. 2009, coupons used by government to promote digital television transition. So in January 2009 and July 2009. Why can't I read? So January 2008 and July 2009, all U.S. households were eligible to request up to 2 coupons worth $40 each to be used toward the purchase of up to 2 digital to analog converter boxes.
Oh.
Fun fact. Didn't know that was a thing. So how coupons actually work. I thought this was really interesting. Once the cashier accepts the coupon, it has a piece of paper that is worth money. But to get the money, it has to mail it to the manufacturer.
Okay.
So on the back of most coupons in fine print, the manufacturer lists the mailing address and states that it will also reimburse the store some amount of money for processing. Typically, that's 8 cents per coupon. And at scale, this is a huge headache. At the end of the day, the coupons in each cash drawer are added up as if they're cash. And then there's a whole processing situation where someone in charge of coupons bags them all up. So there's somebody whose like actual job is like lead coupon director of like Albertsons.
They're just like a curmudgeon.
Isn't that so interesting? I think like jobs like that are like just in the shadows, kind of like, who thinks about that? Like, how do you get that job? What kind of experience?
I don't know.
You know, like it's like kind of, it's not quite dirty jobs, but I feel like it's kind of like dirty jobs adjacent, where it's just like the occupations you don't think about.
Yeah, but this is also like coupons from the manufacturer of products and not like Walgreens coupons.
Sorry, I'm sneeze.
I thought you were just rolling your eyes.
No,
at me.
Sorry, I'm like so close to sneezing.
Okay.
It's fine, we can keep going. Yeah, so this is like manufacturing coupons. If it's like a coupon for a store, like an in-store coupon, I'd imagine you probably just scan it.
I see.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like type in the code.
I have a question.
Ask me the question.
Why do like Vons and like grocery stores, it's like they have their like member price and then like the regular price, but then like you always get the member price? Is that just a scheme? Like you put your phone number in and like it takes off like $10 off your...
I think maybe it's like loyalty.
But then like sometimes if I don't type my phone number in fast enough, I'm like distracted when I'm checking out, the checker will just like will like comp it or something. They'll just be like, I'll see them type. You know how they type so fast? It's so satisfying to watch a checker type.
Yeah.
Especially type in numbers.
Oh, I don't know that I've ever had anybody
do that
for me.
Maybe I just seem really sad. Like they're like, she needs help.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever done that. But then again, I always put the phone number just because I think it's fun.
Yeah, I always put the phone number in. And it's my parents, and they always are like, Ellen? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. What does it say that like it was always my parents, and then once Alex and I got married, I just started using Alex's. So there's no trace of me in the Ralph's system.
I'm going incognito.
Yeah, untraceable. Same with CVS. Can't find me.
Although CVS, it's really disturbing because if you put in the number, they now send your receipt to the
person's number. Oh, interesting.
And one time
when you're buying condoms, your mom knows.
Yeah, let's just say I was not buying condoms, but I was buying something a little
that you would need if you didn't use a condom.
Let's just say that. And my mom got the email.
What did she say?
Well, she didn't say anything. I had never thought about it until they're like, oh, the email has been sent to you. The receipt has been sent to your email. And I was like, what email is that? And they're like, Ellen running late. And I'm like, oh God.
Isn't it so interesting to think about like when you're a kid and like what stresses you out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my parents can't know that like I did XYZ. And now
I'm still that way.
I was gonna say, I guess I'm still that way, sort of. I guess, but it's just like easier just not to like, sure, like they'll find out you're not gonna get like in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's okay.
Did she confront you?
No, she doesn't even know
that?
how to use her email. So.
Oh. Email, man. Isn't that crazy that there was a time when email didn't exist?
Yeah.
It's like weird to think about. Anyways, so we're at the end of the day, the cashier accepts the coupons. I can't believe I'm talking about coupons. The cashier accepts the coupons, counts it as if it's actually money. And then at the end of the day, the coupons in each cash drawer are added up, like I said, like they're cash. And then there's a whole processing situation where someone in charge of coupons bags them all up and ships them to a third-party clearinghouse. So coupons like are really like a leg of the economy. I don't know if it's a strong leg and I don't know if it's a long leg, but like it's a leg, you know?
My God.
So that clearinghouse sorts through millions of coupons by hand, separates them by manufacturer, and then by scannable UPC code. And then the scannable coupons are face up on a conveyor belt where they're moved along under a scanner that reads the UPC codes and tallies the amounts, then adds up the total value of each manufacturer's coupons. The ones that don't have the codes are hand counted. Then the clearinghouse sends all the sorted coupons with an invoice number to the manufacturer. In many cases, the manufacturer will recount the coupons to avoid fraud, a process.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm like, how would you know that they're not just like, hey, you owe me $5 million? And they're like, oh, okay.
Sure. Well, so they recount them, and it's a process that and when they recount them, a lot of times they send it to a third party. So they might just end up sending the coupons through another clearinghouse.
Why don't you just make your product 5 cents cheaper? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it feels like so much work. Totally. That's why I don't use coupons, because I'm like, this is going to save me 10 cents on something. I know that's like probably privileged to say that.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
I use them sometimes. I try not to, and this goes with anything and like sale items. I try to do this too, although I'm not great at it. It's like if I wouldn't buy it at full price, then I won't buy it with a coupon. Because like I feel like that's the scam. Like I feel like my brain is like, I don't understand why you're giving me money off of this thing randomly. Like what's the deal? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. No, I get that.
And so I'll only buy it if it's like, oh, I was going to buy that anyways, or like I like this already.
Well, that's like Walgreens always gives me like $5 like reward dollars. So like you get $5 off if you go there, but then it's only valid for like 2 days. And it's like, well, I just went here and got the stuff I had to get. So then I would go back just to use it. And then I would be like, but I didn't even want to spend this money.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Scam.
It's all a big scam.
It is,
but I think it is all like
not
a
victimless
thing.
Crime though.
It's not a victimless
I am the victim.
Crime. You are the victim. But yeah, I don't think it's like, I think it's all just like marketing. Because, you know, if you're getting $5 free dollars to Walgreens, then theoretically you're going back to Walgreens to spend the $5. Or even if you're not, it's like, oh,
yeah,
I could get $5 off, so I'll like come back.
Yeah.
So that's the end.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever watch, what was the couponing show on TLC?
Extreme Couponing?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Extreme Couponing? Is TLC still around?
Yeah.
Is TLC allowed? I just feel like they did a lot of like things that didn't seem edgy, but were like maybe.
I'm pretty sure. No,
they're not around.
No, sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
Oh,
Caleb's dad's show is on a TLC. No,
what was it?
Or is it on WE TV? He makes the show Love After Lockup, and he makes Doomsday Preppers. Do you know that show?
Yeah,
that's his show.
My dad's like he's the showrunner.
Yeah,
I didn't know that his dad did that.
Yeah, he's in reality TV.
Interesting. I've heard there's a lot of money in reality TV. It's just like soulless work, kind of.
So I was able to go to a dude ranch.
Interesting. Wait, what's Caleb's last name?
Madison.
Interesting. Yeah, Alex and I started watching Wife Swap. Have you ever watched that show?
I used to. It's pretty crazy, right?
It's like, I can't believe that that's like allowed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how is that allowed?
I don't know.
Like, so if you guys haven't watched Wife Swap, it airs on TLC, which also airs the Coupon Show. That's how we got here. But basically they take two wives, or they take two families and then take the two wives and then literally swap them. And it just, I don't know, like there was one where this lady like didn't like animals and she was going to live at a house for 2 weeks that had 32 animals, and she ended up giving all the animals away. Which I was like,
wait, how is that allowed? That's someone's life.
No, totally.
That must just be for the drama.
I hope
I
so.
doubt that's real.
And then there was another point where somebody got them a pet.
That must just be for the TV show. There's one, I have to find this video of this woman that's like, there's bad energy in here. Yeah, this woman, I think this is a wife swap. Oh, trading spouses.
Oh, maybe trading. Okay, so Wife Swap must have been on a different network. Trading Spouses with TLCs, because they had Trading Spaces also. Which, did you ever watch that?
No, it's just people would.
Basically, the whole thing with Trading Spaces is it had Ty, the guy who hosted Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Did you? Did you never watch?
He just needed something else. Oh, of course. I was obsessed with Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
So he hosted that, but he also hosted Trading Spaces, where basically they'd take two like neighbors and have them redo the like DIY redo a room from the other family's house.
Wait, that's
but they wouldn't tell them, like they would just be like, we don't like this, we don't like that, don't do this. And like sometimes they'd listen to them and sometimes they wouldn't. They'd just like there was one dude where they made it beach themed, and so they brought in a bunch of sand to put on the floor.
Oh my god.
Like it's so bad. Like, but look, I loved it as a kid. I was like, wow, so creative. But now looking back on it, I'm like, holy shit.
There was a extreme maker in Yorba Linda.
No, I know the family. They went to my school.
And didn't they like made the house like crazy, and then like they didn't like it?
They didn't like it?
I think like it went into disrepair like
shortly after.
Because all the problem was that they would always design the kids' rooms like hyper specific.
Yes.
And then it's like you grow up a year later and you're like, I don't want a fucking tree house in my room.
Yeah. I've also heard that there was an issue where like a lot of them, because the families a lot of times were like, it's reality TV. So they had like kind of a reason to be deserving of this.
Yeah.
Like the one in Yorba Linda, it's actually a really sad story. There were like 3 kids, and my mom would never let high schoolers babysit us. And this is why, is because the babysitter was driving them, and on an unprotected left-hand turn, they got T-boned. And I want to say, can't remember if it killed one of their kids, but it definitely left one of them with like brain damage. I remember
that. Yeah.
It was like really, really sad. But so that was the family that did it. But anyways, so a lot of times it's like families who are having like financial struggles or something like that. And so they'll just like redo this house, right? And then they end up getting it reappraised. And so then they have to pay taxes on the higher value.
Oh,
and so then they get fucked, because even if they like, the show oftentimes is like, we like have college funds for all your kids, or like we paid off your mortgage or whatever, they get fucked because they can't afford the taxes on the nicer house.
Oh god. I mean, that's like winning the lottery. Everyone always
Wait, what do people say about winning the lottery?
You get like fucked with taxes.
I mean, yeah, but you're still, I feel like with winning the lottery, at least in my head, you get fucked with taxes, but you just don't end up making as much free money as you thought. Well, yeah.
So my ex's friend, his family won the lottery, but it wasn't like a huge, I guess you can win a lottery and it's not like a crazy amount.
Sure.
Does that sound right?
Like maybe you don't win the jackpot. I don't know very much about the lottery.
So they won some sort of lottery where they got a fair amount of money.
Okay.
But they got taxed really hard, but then they like went and like bought everyone like new cars, and they bought a new house, and then they ran out of money and then had to get rid of all the cars in the house.
Oh no.
Because they just spent it all really fast. And then they like didn't really think about I don't know. I just remember that.
Maybe it's something where it's like until you file your taxes, you don't have to pay like maybe they don't just like take it out automatically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's like for me when I get paid now, when I like send an invoice, they pay me for the full amount, and then I'm in charge of taking the money out to save for taxes.
Devastating.
Oh geez.
There's no shortcuts.
There's
very little shortcuts. I'll say. I'll leave room that there might be some, but I am very wary of them.
No, I agree with that. I think there's shortcuts seem like coupons, maybe a little too good to be true.
Hey.
If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. That's what my parents always said. So that was couponing, the largest coupon scam in the US.
Riveting.
It's
indeed. Not a victimless crime.
It's not you wouldn't steal a house.
Who's the victim? I still don't, is that to be revealed?
I mean, I don't know who the victim is.
Is it the coupon sorter or someone?
I couldn't quite make out if the coupons would work for the people who like bought them from her.
Oh.
Or if she was ripping them off, or if it was more just like you're ripping off all the companies.
It had to be the companies, because I feel like it would have gotten found out really fast if the coupons didn't work, right?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
Same. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess like the corporations, like the manufacturers and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry to them, I guess.
Save smartly.
And I guess don't make counterfeit coupons.
Use your Photoshop for good.
Yeah, not evil. New episodes every Friday. Shut Up Keep Going on Instagram, which is where we'll post pictures of all of this. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.